Right, so my car ain't working. I had to wait till 9 a.m. They have a free pickup and delivery service at the Honda dealer, which is quite local. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about that right now. But we're going to start from where it all began. You know, every time I come to New York, I got to come here and look at this sign. That's my mommy. It's bent a little bit. The fuck? Mary E. Thompson. That's my mommy. So I'm going to show you where I was born and raised, all of us. My mother, see that cleaners over there? It's a cleaners now. I'll take you back to 1953. But it used to be a diner called Deerhead Diner. There was 3 diners. So the cleaners was Deerhead Diner. Next to it is Buccaneer Diner. Right here is a Walgreens, but it actually used to be Buccaneer Diner. And where it says Buccaneer Diner, that used to be the Red Wagon Diner. So they moved the Buccaneer Diner across the street over there. And then they made this a Walgreens. But where the cleaners is, that was Deerhead Diner. And so when my mother was an apprentice, she came here for lunch one day in 1953. And where the sign says on the side, it says free pickup and delivery service. There's a big sign there. It was just a row of windows. And you know, you had booths. And remember, if you ever been to a diner back in the day, they had the little music thing. You put a quarter in and you could select what music you wanted to hear. So just picture a bank of windows on that wall where that sign is. So she was sitting in the booth there having lunch with her apprentice, and she said she looked across the street, and I'm going to show you where she looked. She looked across the street right here. It's no longer a funeral home, but it was a funeral home at that time. And as she sat in that diner, said she looked across the street. She said, one day I'm going to own that funeral home. And 2 years later, on January 26, 1955, she bought this entire building. I'm going to tell you how much she paid for it. $26,000. She bought this building. This door here goes upstairs to where we lived. And those 3 windows up there with the awning, that was her bedroom. And there's 2 apartments up there, but we just made it one place. Our bedrooms were in the back in the second apartment. So the first apartment was her bedroom. It's actually supposed to be 2 bedrooms. This singular one right there, that awning, that was a separate bedroom, but she knocked down the wall and made it one big master bedroom. There's a living room, and there's a bathroom. There's a kitchen. And the back apartment is supposed to be a kitchen, a living room, a bathroom, and a bedroom, but she made them all bedrooms for us. So she took out the kitchen. And that's where we grew up. And over here used to be double doors to the funeral home. And we had 3 chapels, male and female bathrooms, and beyond that was a patio and a backyard. And then we had a basement. This is a cellar door to the basement, but you can enter the basement from inside the first chapel. And so that's what she did. She bought this place. And the sign used to read Vera E. Thompson Funeral Home. One day I'll show you a picture of it. So as I continue to walk down this block, lived on a very busy street. And this apartment building used to be the LaGuardia Apartments. I think there's about 20 studio apartments in this building. And in the 70s, nothing but heroin junkies used to live here. It was just a bad place to be. This brickwork right here, this is all new within the last 5 years. This stuff right here, where the dirt is and these trees, it was never here. It was just straight to the building. But it's been sold, and now it's called Sojo Garden Apartments. So whoever bought this, they tried to jazz up this place by adding this fencing and some brickwork. So I'm gonna stop here and talk a minute. So I went to Catholic school, which is like 3 more blocks straight up. And when I was 7 years old, this lady used to sit right here, some kind of way, because I used to sit down next to her. And how old was this lady? I'm trying to guess. She might have been in her very early 30s. She might have been about 30. But I was telling somebody how I had been doing substance abuse prevention and intervention work since I was 7 years old. And I say that because I would be coming home from school and this lady would be sitting there. And I didn't know at the time, I was only 7. But she looked like she wasn't feeling well. And she used to ask me to go to the store, which is like 2 doors down from my house, to get her a soda or something. She would give me 50 cents and I would go to the store, come back and hand it to her. And she would be sitting there nodding out. And I remember sitting next to her and she'd be leaning over. So I sat next to her so that she can lean on me and not fall all the way over. And I remember she would have tissue in her hand and she would have white stuff coming out the side of her mouth. And I would just sit there with her, with my book bag, and I would take the tissue and keep wiping her mouth. And she'd be nodding out on heroin. Now again, I'm 7. I didn't know that was the problem. And I used to do this for this lady all the time. And it seemed like she would just be waiting for me to come home, you know, see me walking by on my way home from school. And then one day I remember I'm coming home from school and I see the ambulance people, EMTs. They were bringing her out on a stretcher. She was unresponsive, and I never seen that lady again. So as a child, my earliest memory, I was always taking care of addicts. Fast forward 10 years later, when I'm 17, by then crack had been in the community for about 2 years, since I was about 15. But when I was 17, it was really, really bad around here. It was like Night of the Living Dead. I mean, parents went on a vacation, and when they came home, their kids had sold all the furniture in the house. They coming through the door, and they got one of their teenage sons trying to get out the door with the refrigerator on his back. And so everybody was strung out. And a lot of them didn't want to be strung out. They just regretted the day they ever smoked crack. And so I was calling, used to be a payphone right up here. This is the library, but it used to be a payphone at the corner of this library there where you see that building beginning. And I remember calling different rehab centers and trying to get them in rehab, and they would say things like, well, there's a waiting list that's like 3 months long. And I'm like, well, what is my friend gonna do? They're strung out. They need help or whatever. They gotta wait 3 months. And because they were kicked out of their homes and just living in the street, um, even years later, I had a putt-putt car, and I would let them just sleep in my car and just tell them, when you leave in the morning, just make sure you lock the door, so that they wouldn't have to sleep out in the street. So this was all that I was doing. Here's the library. They just renovated this, but it used to be all brick walls. They just made it really nice. I haven't been inside, but I would come home from school, go home, and then come back here and do my homework and stuff like that with my friend Judy, who lived around the corner here. So this is the library. So we're gonna walk down 95th Street. This is the block I played on. We all played on. You see these bars? This was we made it a sitting area. It was just an empty space, wasn't no plants. These bars and stuff were not here. They put these bars up because of us, because we would hang out here, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 on a Friday, Saturday night, making a lot of noise. But you see where all your kids were, we all hanging out over here. But neighbors complained or whatever, and years later they put up this fencing so we couldn't hang out. I thought I heard an owl, so we couldn't hang out here anymore. But we spent a lot of time. There's an owl. That is an owl. Are you in here, owl? There's an owl. I've never heard an owl until I got to Georgia. Back in the 70s, there were not a lot of cars. Usually it was like one car per family. A lot of times, sometimes husband and wife had a car. But there was never no cars parked here. We was always playing handball up against this wall. All day. And then like maybe 6 o'clock, the block would fill up with cars or whatever. But we played handball up here. Let me see. Judy lived right there in front of that gray car. So many of our friends just lived up and down this block, and we're still friends today. Look, I just turned 54. Judy turned 54 in December. We've been friends since we were 8 years old. Hello. And everybody in all of East Elmhurst were black. You might have had 2 white families, and those kids thought they were black. Couldn't tell the difference. But everybody black who own these houses. Those are 2-family houses on that side, and these are single-family houses. And so Marguerite and Tony, who I was hanging out with last night, let me show you where they lived. Okay, so yeah, Tony grew up in this house here, This is where Tony grew up. See, we all been friends since we were children. And then if you go down to the last house on the corner, that's where Marguerite grew up. And they have been together since they were 14 years old. October they will have been married for 31 years. They have 3 adult children now. The girls are gorgeous. The son is handsome. They never been into any kind of trouble. Beautiful kids. So Margie Mar grew up on this corner house here. And then my other dear friend Carrie, who we've been friends since we were 5, grew up in that second house across the street from the corner. That was Carrie's house. Carrie Berry. And then we had a friend across the street there named Nida. That second house. And I done walked down this block and missed a whole bunch of other houses of a whole bunch of other kids. But look, it's summer. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Honey, we was out here playing at this time. We was doing relay races, double dutch, all types of shit. You don't see no kids playing. I walked down this whole block. Not a child playing on the sidewalk with some chalk or whatever. And it's summertime. This block was full of kids. So all we did was play in the summertime. So, got another story for you. When was this? It was $1976. Yes, I was 9 years old. Okay, now you can look this up and research this shit. So that's a new house. That used to just be an empty lot with tires and shit. I see they built a house there. This laundry mat is new. Wait, you can't see. That's new, but that building has always been there. But up at the corner has always been a grocery store. Right there at the corner of that building, it's always a grocery store. Now I want to show you. I can't tell you the name of this apartment building, but this is where all the welfare ghetto kids lived. I'm just going to kick it to you how it's been. Hello. Oh my God! Where you been?
I knew it was you as soon as I seen you.
How you know it was me?
I know your face, girl, how we grew up together.
I know. I was just telling somebody, I was getting ready to tell somebody, come on out here.
How you been?
All right. Because, girl, give me a hug. I got the shot. Miss you, love you so much.
Thank you, baby. I got one of the shots. I ain't get the other one, so I've been kind of, I don't go that far,
All right. So I'm live, right? So I was just taking a walk through the neighborhood, and I was about to tell the story of that building. Now, you lived here across the street.
Girl, I was just thinking about it. You know how much I did something yesterday, like a little community meeting right here, because we had a shooting over there. So
again,
last year, it's always something going on. So just to kind of keep the neighborhood informed, and no one from that building showed up. The black women over there, they're not nice.
They never been nice in that building.
They don't like, and they're the ones that have to dodge bullets, because that stuff is always over there. They not nice. So I leave them alone. I just do what I have to do, and that's it. I don't bother with them. Marguerite helped me though. She passed away.
Oh yeah,
last week.
Marguerite Poor.
Marguerite was the only one that helped. She
Oh,
passed away.
that's
So,
right. I'm sorry
yeah.
to hear that.
She gave me book bags to give out. Last year I gave out book bags to the community
Uh-huh.
right here, and she helped out. She would even give me money. You know, to
Wow.
help out, do things in the community. But like I said, I'll just do little by little because they don't help.
And you know, I started to go into, because I remember that morning that situation happened, because I came around the corner to go to the store to get some Fruit Loops and some milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking down the block.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, probably where that gate is.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, ah, boom! Almost knocked me off my feet. It shook. You know what I'm talking about?
Good.
That's why it's called the bomb building.
Oh, the bomb, yeah. But we was kids then, girl.
I was 9, and I was right over there when that bomb blew up.
I don't
And
think I was over here. You know, they used my house as a. The cops used it, so they wouldn't let me in the house. I was somewhere with my godmother, and we tried to come back. They said, "No, she can't come in here. You can't come in the house." The cops used it as a center for them to, you know.
yeah, yeah.
This place is a mess.
It's always been a mess, though.
And they don't care. The people that live there, they don't try to contain it. They don't try to, you know, secure it.
But that's nothing new.
They don't care. Yeah, they just don't.
That's
care.
nothing new.
So
It's always
I'm
been
over
like
here
that.
Trying to be a community
Activist,
activist, and they looking at me, you know, like, and I invite them. Well, come on over. We're having it. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm not inviting them no more. But my daughter's a teacher at 145 for
Really?
like 7 years now. She's doing very.
How old is she?
She's 32.
Wow.
She's been teaching there for about 7 years.
That is
And
wonderful.
those Spanish kids, they love her. The Spanish people are nicer. I may have to start dealing with them more. Because these blacks, you can't reach them. I don't know what's wrong
You
with them.
never can reach them. Remember who used to live in there? Crystal
It's a
and
lesbian-
Shawan and them. You remember
I
them?
just saw Shawan. They came for Marguerite's funeral. They wanted to see me, so I came out with them because I don't hang out over here. But because they wanted to see me, I hung out with them over there because Marguerite died for a little while. But all of them were on the block. Shawan, Crystal.
I haven't seen them in so long. Where they live at?
They in the Bronx now.
Oh,
They would remember you because, like I said, you part of the old crew.
Yeah.
The old school crew from over here.
I
Now,
know.
we had a better hold on it back then. People had more respect back then when we was younger. It was bad, but it was...
It's even worse than that?
It's work. Yeah, girl.
Wow.
They shoot. They carry on. It's not good. But now it calmed down. Since I
Wow.
called the Block Association and tried to make them form a Block Association, get the cops involved, it calmed down.
Wow. You know what? I don't remember those fire escapes being there. Is that something new in
They
recent years?
painted it. It was there, but it was
Yeah,
probably
you
the
know
same
what?
color as the building.
Yeah,
They
it was
painted
there.
So that's why you see
Yeah.
that now. So where you live?
I'm in Atlanta.
Girl, what?
I've been there for like 15 years.
Damn, everybody moved
16
down
years.
here.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me
Oh,
tell
New
you,
York.
they used to have East Elmhurst and Corona Day in Atlanta. Every year, it'd be a big sign in Piedmont
Yeah.
Park, East Elmhurst and Corona Day, and everybody would show up. The last one they had was in 2010, but it was someplace in Gwinnett County. Rachel Jackson,
Yeah.
she threw that event. Girl, it was beautiful. Sheba came through, Sheba and Marie. So many people, and so many people that were older, like when I was a kid, they might have been 19, 20. I recognized them, but you know, my mind works funny. It's like I knew who they were, but I can only remember them in their younger years. And now that they're old, I know who it is,
Yeah.
but you know, that crazy thing.
Because I be looking at people and they know me. And
Especially
I'm
on Facebook.
like, damn, I don't know.
I'm like, do you know this person? You know this person? I'm like, I need to see a younger picture of them.
I be on, now I'm not on there like that because I have other things to do, and I really don't believe. I think Facebook is a trick of the devil, so I don't play with it like that. I get on there to see what's your name. I ain't seen him in a long time, so I look for people like that. But I'm not You know, I'm on there, but I'm not really on there.
And you know who's no longer with us?
Oh.
Remember Miss Langley, the real estate lady with
That name
Candy?
sound, yeah, I know who them, yeah.
Candy and
But she was
Pamela.
about 90 though, her
Yeah,
mother.
no, but I'm talking about her two daughters. Remember Candy and
I remember
Pamela?
Candy, yeah.
They both gone.
No, they're not.
Candy and Pamela.
No, how is she going?
Pamela died maybe
I don't
about
remember Pamela, but I
the
remember
older
Candy.
sister.
They always had a Mercedes Benz.
Yes.
They always had nice stuff.
Pamela, she went and got a colonoscopy and they ruptured something.
Oh,
and for like
shit.
a whole week, she kept going back to the hospital and they kept saying nothing's wrong.
What?
She died.
What?
I had been looking
Oh
because
my
they were
God, killed her.
they were in Atlanta too, right?
Uh-huh.
I had been looking for them ever since I've been down there. Candy happened to show up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, girl, call me. It was my birthday when I was 47. Candy and I talked for about 3 hours that day, just catching up.
What?
That November,
Uh-huh.
she went to sleep and didn't wake up.
Are you kidding me?
Neither one of them saw 50.
What?
Yep. Because, you know, our mothers were really good friends and business
mothers was
women. And
close like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
and
'cause
they
they
helped
were
each
business
other.
women's out here,
Yeah,
right?
and helped each other and everything. That thing still breaks my heart.
Well, you know what happened to me? Like I always had a hard time here because I was a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. They put me out or I left because we wasn't getting along. But I wound up having to take care of my mother, my sisters. Nobody wouldn't take care of her. They would have put her in a nursing home, and I wound up with everything.
Yep.
But see, that's how God works.
Mm-hmm.
The one that they don't treat
Mm-hmm.
good is the one that's going to do that.
Oh, that's like Joseph in the Bible. Remember how his brothers, Yep.
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 But I told him it's not me, it's God's plan. It
Yep.
wasn't my plan. You can't be mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
Because God had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mad at me because I lived it out.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's what, I have all of this now.
Yep.
And I'm blessed.
And that's what happened to Joseph in the Bible.
Wandering 13 and 14, I was wandering around and nobody cared about me.
Wow.
But God.
But God.
You see how he works? He's powerful. I've never seen nothing like him. And
Ain't that
never will.
amazing?
I never will.
Ain't that
He's given
amazing?
me everything.
But
My
listen,
children, everything.
it's so good to see you.
Same here,
I'm going to
baby.
keep on walking and see who else I run into because
God.
I'm just up for a couple of days and I'll be
Okay.
driving back down. But I'm
Family
staying.
Day is on the 28th of
8th.
August.
You know what? I'm going to try and come back up for that.
Okay.
But I'm staying with Marguerite. That Marguerite.
Oh, from over
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
Is
that
she
one.
still over here?
They live on
They
97th Street.
never found Bobby?
Yeah.
They did
Bobby's
find-
around.
Because I remember I asked them about Bobby and they told me they never, that Bobby, they don't know.
At the
Like,
time,
what
they
are you
didn't.
talking about?
At the time, they didn't. But he's around. He's
So
around.
they found Bobby.
Yeah, he's
Thank
around.
God, because they didn't know if he was dead or alive.
JoJo is with me.
Who's JoJo?
The younger brother.
I don't remember. I do remember that name now that you're saying JoJo.
Yeah, he was the light
He's the
skinned one. The baby.
He's with you?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
He lived with you?
Uh-huh.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just was tight like that?
We family. Pretty much. Might as
Y'all
well.
grew up like that?
Yeah, we
And
family.
they mother, how they mother doing?
Oh, she passed about 2 years ago. Yeah. JoJo, you know, he has 2 beautiful daughters and they, you know, he got a divorce and daughters were in Virginia or whatever and he just needed some help with them. And I said, well, you know what, come and bring those girls here.
So you got a house down there?
Oh yeah, so they just bought, so they just graduated. The youngest one just graduated high school. The oldest one graduated high school the year before. So the oldest one moved back to Virginia with her mother, and then the youngest one, she's getting ready to start EMT school, be a EMS worker or whatever.
So you like Georgia and stuff?
I love it.
Because I think sometimes, I don't know, this place here in New York, I kind of want to leave because it's too much of a headache, you know.
Girl, let me tell you.
And I say you live an easy life.
Let me tell you something. You can sell this and you probably get $1 million for it, a little over $1 million.
Definitely, absolutely.
you can
Over.
find a nice house with some land and probably pay $400,000 for it,
In Atlanta.
cash, and be done
Because I
with it.
lived in Riverdale. You know, I lived in Atlanta.
You did? You was in
I
Riverdale?
already did Atlanta, and y'all are late because all the blacks are going there. Now I did that when I was 25. Me and my daughter lived in Riverdale in Atlanta, so I know Atlanta. We was living lovely. Honey, all I was doing was riding fancy cars, going to malls. We had our own business. And a
Wow.
house, so I know the Atlanta lifestyle. I did. I done been there, done that.
You don't want to do it again?
No, I'd probably go to California. I wouldn't go back to Atlanta.
You don't want to go to California.
No?
Yeah. Be just like New York. It's even more
Yeah,
expensive.
you're right. It might be just like New
Yeah.
York.
And traffic is
and
crazy.
Hot as I don't know
Yeah. There's no real transportation out there.
what. Right.
But you know, think about it.
All right, my dear.
Catch up
Enjoy
with
your
you.
day.
Alrighty. So, as I was telling you, so that used to be a store, and I'm looking at it now. Wow, it's a restaurant bar. But it was just a store. So one morning, I get up and I ask my daddy for some money to get some Fruit Loops and some milk. He gives me money. I walk around the corner, walk up here, go in the store, get what I had to get. I get down like 3/4 of the block, and this big fucking explosion took place in this building. When I turned around and looked, there was smoke and fire coming out over this side. And what happened was, there was an organization, sort of like a terrorist organization, but they were Spanish, called the FALN or something. They need to do something with this. Look at this grass. They called the FALN, and he was making a bomb to, I think, blow up the airport. And he did the wrong thing and blew off one hand and a couple of fingers on the other hand. That shit was crazy. You can research that. Matter of fact, hello. The next time I go live, I'm gonna show a documentary that Ronnie Tuff put together. Ronnie Tuff lived on 97th Street. You're like, well, who is Ronnie Tuff? Well, a lot of the hits from Biggie and Faith Evans came from Ronnie Tuff. He was one of the hitmen for P. Diddy. I'll introduce you more to him when I get back home. So I don't know. I never knew the name of this apartment building. But I can tell you, from that day on, it is known as the Bomb Building. If you mention the Bomb Building, everybody knows. Talking about this building here. It's the Bomb Building. Alright. So now we're going to walk up the backside of my Catholic school I went to. I never came to school this way unless I went to Kerry's house for lunch, because we would go home for lunch from school. And being that Kerry lived, closer to the avenue, this is the direction she and her sister Kara would come to school. And sometimes I would go home for lunch with them, and so that's the only time I would come to school this way. But usually it was just down Astoria Boulevard. This was a Catholic school. I think it started in the 1940s, and I think it shut down in the early 2000s. It's still a school, but it's a public school now. A community school, East Elmhurst Community School or some crap. But I think it operated as a Catholic school You know what? It might have even been 100 years or 75 years. It was decades. Um, East Elmhurst Community School. It used to be St. Gabriel's School. Yeah, they do things different around here. We never use these entrances. Oh, they got free meals here? Sure, we used to have to go to 127 in the summertime for free lunch. That's interesting. Oh, look, they even put a little playground here. We ain't had none of this. Oh, look, hopscotch. Cool. This was just nothing. I guess grass and stuff. What did I just walk by and didn't recognize? A garden? We never came out here for nothing. Unless it was a fire drill. Look, they even got a garden. At least they made this area useful. But it was never anything. So. So. I'm out here fooling around online and my car won't start. Who gives a shit? Might need a battery. I don't know why, I just got the car in February. But whatever. So. I will walk down Astoria Boulevard and then come up this walkway over there and go to school. St. Gabriel's. Man, I haven't been on this property since my mother's funeral. Yeah, both of my parents had their funeral here at St. Gabriel's Church. That's a church right there. So we had the church and the school. Yeah. And then, now they're parking their cars here. This was like the playground, but it was just an empty space. It wasn't like any swings or anything. But this is where we spent recess for lunch, or where we congregated in the morning before we lined up out here by classes and entered the school building. But now they made it a parking lot, and I guess they had to because there ain't no place to park. And this is a church. Certain days, I think it might have been like every Friday, we had a class called religion and stuff like that. Especially in second grade, they prepared us to take First Communion and everything, and we would go and practice in the church to have the ceremony and stuff like that. And so we'd be here 5 days a week in school, and then Sundays we would get up and come in and go to Catholic church. Amen. Yes, I grew up as a Catholic. But the last time I was here was at my mother's funeral. Yep. I haven't set foot on this property since. And let's see. Pretty much that is it. I would love to walk through this building. I bet you it would look so small. I bet you it would look so small. Okay, so let me see. Maybe perhaps before I leave New York, or maybe next time I come back, I'll take you by Louis Armstrong's house, which is now a museum. Dizzy Gillespie, I could take you by his house. Take you by Kid's house. Take you by Play's house. Take you by Eric B's house. Who else y'all want to see? Who else? Willie Mays. So many people. Harry Belafonte. I can take you by his house. He lived on 96th Street over there, but a block further down. Because this is 97th. So if you go to 96 and go down to the next block, that's where Harry Belafonte lived. I showed you where Malcolm X lived. Jesus Christ. Eric Holder, I can show you where he lived. Who's Eric Holder? Obama's Attorney General. The black guy, tall, light-skinned guy. He lived on this street, 97th, but on 23rd Avenue. Not 23rd, 25th Avenue. What else can I show you now? I guess that's it for this area. I need to call the dealership anyway. Get my car attacked. I gotta drive that shit back to Atlanta. Gotta get it working, honey. Gotta get it working. Oh, okay. Jackie. Yep, that was an owl, Jackie. They don't come outside no more, Jackie. It's all right to be nosy. Yeah, she was in the hood. You want to see Times Square? Huh. You know what? Maybe I'll take the train to Times Square and walk around. It's like Disneyland down there. I like the old Times Square from the 70s and the 80s where, you know, junkies were nodding out and you walk from one corner of 42nd Street, which is a long block, to the other corner, and you pass and people want to sell you heroin, want to sell you crack, want to sell you weed. You walking past the hookers and all the porn movie spots and all of that. That's the 42nd Street Times Square I know of. Now you go down there, it's all clean and family oriented and, you know, happy and all that shit. They got rid of all the head shops and all that shit. It was the most grimiest street in America. And you know what? We loved it. But yeah, I'll go down there. I let my car rest a little bit. I'm gonna go back to it and see if I can get it. The guy who owns this house bought our funeral home from us. Yep. Where's my car? I'm gonna go check on my car and then I'm gonna take you to 127. What's 127? 127 was the public elementary school. But I'm gonna take you through the park where we used to jam. And matter of fact, they're having Friends and Family Day on the 28th. I think I just might drive back up here for that. Because I haven't been to one of those in a long time. That's where everybody comes back home. Even Kid and Play, Eric B, everybody comes back home for that day. Because, you know, we grew up as a tight-knit community and we love each other. And when we get together, it's all love. Let's see. Is my car gonna work? Nope. My car is not going to work. Look, my window won't even roll up. Whatever, niggas. Whatever. I'm sitting around here lollygagging like I ain't got a serious problem to tend to. So they make nice of their yard. They got hydrangeas. Nice. I mean, it's nice that they're trying, but look, still look like crap. You know how I am about a yard. She tries really hard. That's nice. Look, see, nice and pretty. Okay. You know how I feel about yards. Look, these people don't give a fuck about what they front little piece of dirt look like. Man, please. Damon Richardson, his family on his father's side, we're related through his mother, but they live over here. So they decided to do marble work instead of wrought iron fencing. I'm not so sure I like it. All right, so now we're on 97th Street. We're going to walk over to 98th Street where 127 was. Oh, the battery's dead? I hope that's all that's the problem. I think I know that too. That's why I'm taking my sweet old time about doing something about it. Do you like my little Coach bag? Isn't it cute? It's so cute. All right. So we going over to 127. It's August. Why are there school buses there? Because school is not open up here. School opens the day after Labor Day. And come to think of it, why were there cars in the parking lot at St. Gabriel's? School's not open. What is today? August 15th? I don't know. Maybe they're working, preparing for the school year. I don't know. That's interesting. See, I'm confused. I'm seeing school buses. I'm like, oh, it's school today. Because in Atlanta, school starts like the first day of August, which is my birthday, if it lands on a weekday. And they go all the way to May 25th. And then up here, school starts the day after Labor Day. And they go all the way to June 25th, somewhere around there. There's a bunch of school buses out front. I wonder why. So, here is 127. So many fond, great memories. So this is what our summer day would look like. We'd be out the house early in the morning, at least by 9 a.m. The older kids who might have been 11 or 12, they got outside by 10. Guess they need to sleep late or some shit. I don't know what their fucking problem was. But, so we'd be out all morning playing handball, hot peas and butter, hide and seek, Mother May I, all that good shit. And then by 11:45, we would all race from 95th Street, where that library was, all the way over here to the school to go to the cafeteria for lunch. By then, we had our bathing suits on under our clothes, because after lunch, we would run from here all the way to 99th Street. And I'm going to take you to 99th Street Pool, which is, shit, you could basically say across town. We'd run over there, and then we'd swim in the pool till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Then we come home for supper. We'd have dinner. come back outside for like another hour or so and sit on the stoop. Then we go home, watch some Good Times or whatever, go to sleep, wake up the next door, and do the same shit all over again. But there was quite a few summers where we didn't have to run all the way across town to the 99th Street pool. I ain't been in this park in quite a few years. So this is the school. This is the park. We're going to walk around the park. They did some renovations. For quite a few years right here in this area, there was a pool. So we used to go swimming in here. It was an above ground pool. But this is all new and nice. Our swing sets, and I'm going to walk over there, is way over there. But we didn't have this shit. This is all new. This landscaping and all of that. Used to be a big old pool in this area. This is nice. Oh, hold on. I'm a big fucking kid. I see something I want to do. Hold on. I had to swing on something real quick. What else they got here? Ooh, what do you do with these? Do you spin them? Or you just sit on them? Oh, wait. Maybe you beat them like a drum. Yeah, I think you beat them like a drum or some shit. What else they got? Ooh, you can spin around on this. You could swing on these, which is what I just did. You can climb this shit. Ooh, this is nice. They got a slide. And what's this over here? Oh, like a staircase. Guess a different way you can come down. Nice. They got two slides, look. Woo-wee. Yes, Madam Whip ass is just one big fucking kid. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, look, a double slide. Nice. Okay, yes. There were seesaws over here, and there was a slide. But it wasn't looking nice like this. Look. Look. Oh, wait. Mita, yeah, slide down. Have a slide down. I want to see a slide. Yay! Come on, gotta slide. This is fun. Slide. Whee! Yay! Yay! Wasn't that fun? You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go slide down here. I'm gonna go slide, okay? You gonna watch me slide? No? You got someplace else to go. Things to do, people to see. Thank you. Ooh, look. Look at all the things you can do. You can act like you're on a ship. Uh-oh. You okay? We can act like we're on a boat. Yeah, steer the ship. You can turn things. Ooh, look. Nice. Wow. And what can you do here? Look, I see bats and baseballs. You can spin those. And what's this? Oh, you slap those? That's like a maze or something. Nice. And then you can... Oh, I am having so much fun with her. Show me the rest of this. What else can you do? Oh, look. I don't want you to climb that, but you can climb that too? Let me see you climb that. Oh, you go, girl. Girl power. Look, she's so proud of herself. Girl power. Wow, this is nice. Like, oh, look, what is this? You can look through this. Let me see what I can see. Oh, can you see? Let's see what we can see through there. This is nice. Man, the fun we would have had on this contraption. Oh, look, I think they got a water sprinkler system too. Look, they definitely got a nicer water fountain. Oh, this is nice. Water comes out of here. Oh. And look, they got another swing contraption. I'm not a swing, whatever, slide. Hello. Pretty much the same thing. Oh, there go the instruments. Wow, this is nice. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all what they took out after all of this stuff. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. La 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 la. Wow, they really renovated this park. Okay, so all back over here were cement tables and cement seating where they would have chess game tournaments, or they, sit here and play spades or whatever, or sit here and drink. It was all over here in this area, even going further up where that fencing area is. So they took all of that out. Oh no, wait a minute. There go the tables. My bad. Oh, so over there, those are handball courts. But we never came to play handball here because we always played it up against the library wall on the block. But those are the handball courts. And let's see. They changed the swing sets because we had metal swings that we could stand on top. Like one person would sit on the swing and a person would stand over them. And so two of us would be swinging. We'd be like, let me take you up. So person sits on the swing and you stand on the swing while they sitting. And you gotta pump them legs. So we would swing like this. Whee! Oh, look, they even got a swing for the play core. Nice. Play core. 2 to 5. Nice. Well, shit, with the metal ones, I could get on one. Well, let me see. Let me get on this one. I got the cell phone in my hand. Wait, hold on. Why am I carrying my keys? Put my keys in my little pocketbook. Oh, no, that ain't really working. Alright. I can do this. I'm just gonna swing for a minute. Don't judge me. And fuck you if that's what you're doing. I'm having fun. I'll never fucking grow up. Ever. Ooh, this is fun. Never will I grow up. Ever. I understand Peter Pan. Shit. When did you stop being a kid? When did you stop? Remember? You might be standing in line and then you just, in the store waiting to buy something and you just break out in a dance. When did you stop doing that? Didn't nobody hear the music but you in your head. and you just had to cut a step, I still do that shit. All right. Whew. Don't judge me. Don't you dare judge me. Yeah, if you do. All right. Okay, so now to the more grown-up part. See, all these contraptions weren't here. It's just an empty space. So every Saturday, and you would hear this all the way down on my block, but you would hear boom, 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 boom. And you're like, oh, they getting ready to jam at the park. But they would have the turntables, big ass speakers right over here. This is the bathroom. They would plug and get the electricity. They would rig some shit. Sometimes it would be from a light post that was here. But they would get the electricity, and man, it would either be the Disco Twins, or was it King Charles? Somebody that we talking about from like 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, all those years. Park will be packed. But from my block, you would just hear boom, boom. That's how loud it was. We'd all run to the park. The closer we got, you hear, oh, they jamming. You treat me right, I'll be good to you. You treat me right, I'm yours tonight. DJs be set up all over here. Get in the park. You see, what was their name? Super 7. And was it the Cold Crush Brothers? Oh, I forgot their names. But Play was in one group, Kid was in the other. They would have rap battles. And we talking about, they were at the time 15, 16, maybe even 14. So what I grew up looking at. Whole park would be packed. Okay, so I'm not bugging. They definitely renovated this, and it was over there on that other side. They just moved them and brought new stuff, which is fine. But the tables had, where you can either play chess or checkers or whatever. That was engraved in the cement. But they would just be all over, people playing spades. Most people up dancing all over there where the contraptions are and everything. I remember they used to have hustle contests. Yeah, it was a dance called the hustle. My brother used to make me hustle with him. And it would be like on a Friday. And I would have to do the hustle with him for like 2 hours so that he would be prepared to go to the club and dance with the ladies. Oh boy. Now, today, hustle means something totally different. But this whole park will be packed, and that's how it will be August 28th. That's in 2 weeks. You know what? Maybe I'll fly up. I'll probably fly up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly up. I ain't driving. Because I'll stay a day or two just for the weekend. Fly back Monday so I can be back to work. So, this has always been the basketball courts. Nothing's changed over here. It's always been wide open like that. And it will be packed. People dancing. They would do this every Saturday and Sunday. Jam in the park. Some of our greatest legends came right from here, 127. And the field has always been here. Field has always been the field. Yeah, I never messed around in the field. And there's some benches on the other side of the fence over there that you can sit and watch games. All right, let me see. How can I get out this park? Oh, it's an open area. Yeah. So I only went to this school for kindergarten. All of us did, my siblings and I. We all came here for kindergarten, and then we all went to St. Gabriel's from first grade to 8th grade. And it was kindergarten, that's where I met Kerry. We were 5 years old. Kerry and I are still the best of friends. I thought I was being let out to the streets. This is something new. I guess you could skateboard over here. This is new. Never had this. Whole new area. And this is new. It looks like, you can put up whatever to play tennis and stuff. We didn't have that. There's this basketball. I'm trying to get out of here. Now, the fence used to be a big hole in it. You just go through the hole and keep it moving. But I can't seem to do that today because there's no hole in the fence. I just want to leave. I think I can get out over there in that corner. Yep. So this is more of the neighborhood. I grew up on a very busy boulevard, commercial and residential. But as you can see, this is just residential in East Elmhurst. Yep. The only ghetto spot was the bomb building. That was the ghetto of East Elmhurst. And somebody would tell you, somebody who grew up in the bomb building, the neighboring neighborhood is Corona, which is only a few blocks up from the bomb building. Corona didn't want to claim the bomb building. East Elmhurst didn't want to claim the bomb building. They was just out on their own. That fucking building. And it's never changed. It's still the same. Although, shoot, I had friends in Catholic school that lived in the bomb building. So there was not a lot, but there was quite a few kids whose parents put them through Catholic school. But the majority was welfare recipients. And those kids were bad growing up, honey. They were bad growing up. All right. Well, I guess I need to call the car dealer. They do have free pickup and delivery. Perhaps I can tell them what the problem is, and they can say, oh, you know what? You need a new battery. We'll bring you one. And my problem will be solved. That's what I'm hoping for. But my car is under warranty, so whatever. All right, Jackie says, so different from Georgia. All the houses are on a main street line up there. Battery dead. Yes, I love Coach. Don't tempt me. Man, the good old days. Watching good times. Yeah. Oh, you too, Jackie? Good. That's why I like you. I love playing with kids. She climbed up that thing and got to the top and was so proud of herself, clapping and stomping her feet. That was fun. Man, I'll be on a playground with kids all day, doing everything they do. Shoot, I ain't never gonna lose that. So, y'all, I tried, because I really didn't want to leave. This is 98th Street. I really didn't want to leave East Elmhurst. Every house that you can see, the whole community was black owned. From every store, black owned. It's not like that anymore. It's full of Spanish people, which is okay, you know, and quite a few white people again. When my mother bought in 1955, it was very few black people. It was Italian and Irish. When I started St. Gabriel's in my first grade class, I think I was one of 5 black kids, and there was like 38 kids in the class. By the time I got to 4th grade, there might have been 7 white kids. 5th grade, school was just all black. They all moved out to Long Island. And, oh, beautiful dogs.
Thank you. Gotta get haircuts. You look so pretty this morning.
Oh, thank you. Hi.
He ran right up to you. Don't jump on her.
What's your name?
Sam Boudreaux.
Boudreaux. And who's that?
That's Bobo.
Bobo. Are they schnauzers or something?
They're
What are
Scottish Terriers.
Scottish Terriers.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You gotta have 2, right?
Oh my God. I had to get them. From
Uh-huh.
the same litter.
Oh, wow.
I'm from Louisiana.
From Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I got 2 parrots.
Oh, how sweet.
I live in Atlanta now, but I grew up here.
Oh, okay. Well, you came back to visit?
Yeah, I
God
came
bless
back
you.
to
How's
visit.
Atlanta? I used to
I
live
love
in
it.
Marietta.
I live in Powder Springs.
Oh, one of my best friends live in Powder Springs.
What you doing up here?
Well, my father is 98, so he
Oh.
doesn't want to move. So I'm like, okay.
Who's your father? Mr. Who?
Johnny Fantazzi on the corner, the Puerto Rican, loud Puerto Rican. they say.
Oh, the loud Puerto Rican? No, I
He
don't
lived
remember
here,
him.
but he moved over there, and I live here now.
Oh,
Yeah. So we're just taking it easy. He doesn't want to relocate.
no.
He should now. It's going to getting so bad. Good morning.
You know, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
And it's not East Elmhurst. You never had none of that going on.
Never.
Really?
Too many of them here now.
How long have you been living here?
Well, he's been here for over 70 years. You know the Mullins, Mike Mullins?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got Sonny. His family's still there.
So I'm sure he knew my mother.
Who was your mother?
My mother was Vera E. Thompson, who owned a funeral home next to Freddie and Nettie's.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
You have some sisters?
I have a sister, an older one.
What's her name?
It was Belvery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't know, do you know my siblings? There's 6 or 7 of us. Frankie, Lorenzo, Marguerite, Lydia.
Frankie and Lorenzo sounds familiar. Lorenzo.
Now Lorenzo's still around. He works at LaGuardia Airport.
Lorenzo, he was friends with Jose.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, that's exactly. That's
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, Jose?
Mandry, that lived
Yes.
on 95th Street
Yes.
with the brother David.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I remember Lorenzo. Oh,
Yes.
okay. So there
Right.
are still some people still left here.
Ain't many of us, but especially black people. It's like all black people don't know.
They live to Atlanta and Florida, but mainly Atlanta. Do
Now,
you
you know
know
Ed Stetson, don't you?
who?
Not Ed, but William Stetson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know, oh, you always talk about LA now. I met you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time.
Rang his bell.
Yes, yes, he works on 30,
At
12:30, 1
12:30?
o'clock. They changed his schedule recently.
All right, I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would come and hang out with me for a few
He
days.
said he's going to see Elena. I know that name. He talks about you all. He talks about how sweet you are.
Yep. He did it, for like a whole year and a half. Every month he would come down.
Yeah, he told
And
me.
then COVID hit.
That's what he said.
Once COVID hit, I ain't see him. So we just chat on the phone.
How's COVID though down there? Is it getting better or getting worse or what's going on?
It was really never that bad. Not like how it hit home here.
It hit us hard, but it hit us hard
I know.
because of the Spanish people. That's what hit us hard. You got so
Really?
many of them, they don't understand English. Especially like in Corona and Elmhurst. They hit real bad. But now East Elmhurst has been doing his job over here too.
I know we lost. At my last count was 61 gone. That we all grew up with.
I tell you, it hit us hard. It hit us hard. And then, you know, people just don't want to wear that damn mask. And I understand. But when I go around people or crowds, I'll be like, okay, you know what? If I'm not going to wear a mask, then I'm not going to do the crowd. But, no, it's good. How long you going to be in town?
Another day or so.
What? How long you been here?
I just got here yesterday.
What?
I actually came to Jersey. I had to go to a funeral.
Oh, okay, I'm
And then
sorry.
I came out here. And,
What part of Jersey?
Matawan,
Oh,
South
okay.
Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know.
Just came around the stroll,
Mm-hmm.
hang out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Coopers, don't you? Oh, I forgot.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do too, because you're around with Sesame and all them.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the neighbors driving me crazy with that stuff growing all up on the house now. That's, I don't know what they're doing.
That's appealing to them. You see a lot of that in England. It's beautiful to them to have the vines all up in front of the house.
As long as they just keep it on their side.
Oh, you think they're going to be tamed?
Girl, no.
They will not.
Listen, I tell them it's COVID. I said, listen, I'm trying to be cool with y'all. They bought me all these vegetables, and so I said, listen, you got to turn this down a little bit.
Wow.
You got to turn this down a little bit. They got the elephant legs over here.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, you know, because he was saying it was a vegetable garden. I said, but elephant, you guys eat elephant plants? Damn, my grandmother didn't know that in Alabama. They say we got a problem.
Hey, listen, they say a neighborhood changes every 20 years. It changed 30 years for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? It'll probably change over to all white again before it get back to us.
I tell you, when they building that train out there to straight to LaGuardia, it's going, yeah. It really probably will. But right now, you got a lot of Indians around here too.
Mm-hmm. But I hear a lot of white people moving in too.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
Oh, that's
all
true, it
white
is.
because my mother
Yes.
been here since 55. Remember, it was just Italian
Yes.
and
That's what
Irish.
He's been here since 57.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Daddy says. Daddy is 98. He just
Wow.
retired 98 in February, but he's doing great.
God bless
He gets
him.
around, he walks, he do his
Yeah.
thing.
I know he knew both of my parents.
He probably
Because
did.
you know everybody know everybody. And
Especially black.
Mhm.
In East Elmhurst, because East Elmhurst was the bomb. Everybody
Yeah.
did everything in East Elmhurst.
Yeah.
These dogs, they just standing there with you. They are not going to move. I'm like, okay. They are not moving.
They
We
are
own-
gorgeous.
We own this block right here. We hanging out. Mom let us come down today. Usually they sit in the garage. We're going to just chill out here right
and
now.
they just so happy.
Mosquitoes all on them.
All right, let me get going. Nice
Okay,
talking
Elena,
to you.
I'm Regina. You
Regina.
yes, ma'am. Well, you take care and
You
make sure
too.
you come and visit us, okay?
I certainly
Have a
will.
safe trip home, okay?
You too.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
All right.
All right.
Looking at me like she's crazy.
Ah.
I just got out of bed. I'm like, see,
they want to come out. Them dogs gotta come outside and play. Alright. Yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about before I met that neighbor. Yeah, I talk to everybody. That's what we do in New York. Sometimes we don't even know each other and just start talking shit. You be walking by somebody and say, hey, what's up? You like, don't say what's up with me. And they'll start laughing and you start laughing. It's just, a New York attitude. I guess that's why they say we rude. Because we'll say some rude shit, but we only be kidding. We don't mean it. You know how you Atlantans are. Yep. Ooh-wee. Yeah, I better call Cecil later on and let him know I'm in town. Hello.
Good morning.
How you?
All right.
Alright. That's it for now. And let me go take care of my business. This is what I like. I like this new fencing that they're doing. Isn't this pretty? This is what I like. Really nice. Better than this wrought iron stuff. Yep. So all of these are 2-family houses on that side. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you for going on a tour with me. I had a good time. And I shall catch up with you all later. See you soon.